never have UTI, urinary tract infection again as a diabetic? Are you tired of dealing with the pain, the discomfort, the frustration of recurring urinary tract infection as a diabetic? Well, you're in luck. In today's video, we are going to explore some simple yet effective tips and strategies to help ensure that you never have to deal with UTIs again. As a diabetic, you already have enough on your plate, and constant trips to the doctor's office for yet another UTI can certainly add to that stress. With the right knowledge and proactive approach, however, you can take control of your health and drastically reduce your risk of developing urinary tract infections in the future. So whether you are a seasoned pro or just starting out on your diabetes journey, these tips are sure to be a game changer. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about UTIs, y'all. I know what you're thinking. TMI, please spare us. But trust me, this is important information to have, especially for my ladies out there. A UTI, as I already said, stands for urinary tract infection, which is basically when some sneaky bacteria decides to take up residence in your urinary system. Not ideal, I know. Symptoms can include painful urination, tenderness in the bladder area, and a sudden need to urinate more frequently than usual. However, cloudy and smelly pee isn't just necessarily an indicator of infection. I hear that a lot, okay? Now, here is where things get even more fun. Unfortunately, women are at a greater risk for urinary tract infections because of their shorter urethras. Thanks, biology. And to top it off, postmenopausal women are even more susceptible due to some lovely hormone changes. Well, listen up, folks. If you want to prevent infections, you better start hydrating. I know that's the most cliche one, but we have to say it first. Drinking at least 50 ounces of fluids daily is the key to keeping those pesky bacteria at bay. But that's not all. That's just the beginning. You need to also empty your bladder often. Why? Because bacteria like to cozy up in a warm and wet environment. And your bladder is like a 5-star hotel for those little guys. So it is essential to give them the boot and pee at least 4 to 8 times per day. And if you are planning on having some fun in the sheets, make sure you pee soon after sex. Ain't nobody got some time for urinary tract infection, right? So let's keep our bladders happy and healthy. Ladies, let's talk about Cranberry supplements. Sure, they might not have the superpowers that can magically prevent the urinary tract infections, but there is still a chance that they could help. And let's be real, we'll take any help we can get in that department. Right, ladies? So if you are curious, skip the cranberry juice and opt for a concentrated supplement because, you will be dodging the extra sugar that comes with chugging glasses and glasses of juice. And while we are on the topic of keeping things healthy down there, remember to always wipe front to back. It's a simple step that can prevent pesky bacteria from spreading and causing some not so fun problems. All right, listen up, folks. I've got some news for you about your lovely SGLT2 inhibitors. Now, I know what you're thinking. What in the world are SGLT2 inhibitors? Well, let me tell you. They are a type of medication most of you are on right now. Some brand names may ring the bell for you. Jardiance, Farxiga, and Invokana. But before you start celebrating their magical powers, there is something you need to know. These little pills are associated with a higher risk of genital and urinary tract infections. And no, unfortunately, not the good kind of infections. There's no good kind of infections, but good kind of bacteria, I meant. So before you start popping those pills like candy, make sure you're aware of the risks and stick to the good hygiene practices. Because, let's face it, nobody wants to deal with an infection down there. Also, consider using some natural remedies that works wonders, available at our website at sugarmds.com. If you've got diabetes, you probably already know the drill. Keep your blood sugar under control, or you're going to risk some nasty infections. Well, here is a new reason to stay on top of things, especially for postmenopausal women. A recent study found that high glucose levels can result in a relative lack of psoriasin, which is an important natural antibiotic that protects against urinary tract infections. But wait, there's more. The researchers also found that estrogen cream applied topically could help restore the psoriasin levels in women. So not only do you get to avoid UTIs, you can feel like a pampered princess with your fancy cream. Sounds like a win-win to me. Lastly, let's talk about being backed up. No, not in traffic, but in your digestive system. Constipation can really put a damper on your day. But did you know that it can also increase your risk of UTIs? That is why it is important to get enough fiber and fruits and water in your diet to keep things moving smoothly. Think of it as your own personal plumbing system. You wouldn't want a clog in your pipes, and you certainly don't want one in your gut. So go ahead and load up on those leafy greens, juicy fruits, and water that I'm talking in my videos. Your body and your bladder will thank you. And finally, thank you for tuning in for our discussion on UTIs. If you are anything like me, the mere mention of a urinary tract infection sends chills down your spine. But fear not, my friends. With the information we have shared, you can now better protect yourself from this pesky and painful infection. And let's all raise a glass of water, of course, to good urinary health. Here's to happy and infection-free bladders. Because let's be real, no one has time for UTIs. Cheers. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this channel so far, and I hope you subscribed already. If you didn't, do it. And if you did, watch this video right there. I think that will help you too.